Hala, our topic today is teaching English skills for EFL learners. I do believe that you're already familiar with the English skills and EFL learners. Yeah, we already talked about EFL in the beginning of this semester. The skill that I mean here is speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Okay, those skills are the focus of today's meeting. EFL. We have a hot discussion, if I'm not mistaken, okay, about this topic. English as a foreign language, yeah. Indonesia use English as a foreign language, yeah, because we are non-English speaking countries. The characteristic of EFL, okay, class learner have limited exposure outside of classroom. Only in certain condition, situation, learners have what is a chance to speak or use the English itself. That's why the role of the teacher here is really important, especially in the language input. Why we have to learn English? It helps us, yeah, to develop communicative competence, support academic success, because more information, yeah, you can absorb, you can get from others, improve global communication, yeah, with learners' confidence, and prepare students for real life situation. Okay, some people say that listening and reading are receptive skills, and speaking and writing productive skill. Do you think so? Later on, we will discuss. Even though later on we will focus on each skill, yeah, but again, skills are interconnected. Okay, so I highlight this part. Integrated skill teaching is recommended. Okay. First, listening skill. Ability to understand spoken language. It includes recognizing sound, understanding meaning, interpreting messages, and it will help you. First language skill acquired. Yeah, it helps pronunciation and vocabulary development. Listening also supports speaking ability and it builds comprehension. The challenge is fast speed. Please remember, try to remember when you were in the first semester in as a student, maybe you think that some of your friends speak really fast or lecturer who explain to you in front of the class. So this is actually the challenge that faced by the learners who learn English listening, yeah, for the first time. Okay, different accent. Okay. Yeah, different place have different accent. Maybe for the American country, yeah, it's not really that hard for you, yeah. But when it changed to British accent, it leads to different condition. Limited vocabulary, okay, it's also one of the problem for listening skill, lack of concentration and anxiety. The strategy, we have pre, while, and post listening activities here. Yeah, pre listening activities provide you what is it? We can prepare the list of vocab that we are going to introduce later on in the while listening task. In here, not only one task, yeah, but several tasks should be provided. And then we will have discussion to make sure that all the students understand, yeah, with the things with the material in listening skill. And the last strategy is using authentic materials like song, podcasts, videos, conversation, provide the authentic situation for them. And many more. Yeah, you can find more strategy later on. Speaking skill, ability to express idea orally. It requires pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary, grammar. Okay. So later on, when this do assessment, for example, for your students, you have to check this Depend on your target learning. It leads to, okay, speaking skill help main goal of language communication. Yeah, it increase confidence if you're able to speak well. So it also provide more confidence for you and great interaction. Yeah, develop real life communication skills. But the challenge, fear of making mistakes, lack of vocabulary, low confidence, mother tongue interference. Ah, have you ever recognized this part? For example, like this. Sometimes the mother tongue, the first language that you have, if the difference is not that having a huge gap, yeah, to the target language, it can help you to learn the target language. Target language, I mean here is English. Okay. For example, like several words in English, uh, quite similar with the word in bahasa. Lamp, lampu, ya. Uh, what else? Apa lagi kata-kata yang kira-kira the word that have a similar meaning to bahasa. It helps you to recognize easily about how to learn the English. Also the structure of the sentence, subject, predicate, object. Meanwhile, in English, we have subject, verb, and object there. So it helps us to learn English better. But the mother tongue interference, I mean here, uh, in English, we have a lot of grammar rules there. Yeah. So the word, the verb that we use right now should be changed to the past tense if it happened in the past, and should change to uh, what is it? You have to provide will, yeah, for the future. Meanwhile, if we compare to bahasa, there is no that rule. Yeah, so sometimes Indonesian people keep struggling in adapting on that level. Yeah, because the mother tongue interference. And limited practice opportunities because English is used as the foreign language here. Only in certain situation you can use or practice the English, and only in the class, yeah, you can learn English. While outside of a class, you have to speak bahasa or maybe what is it, the local language that you use. And the strategy for teaching speaking: create supportive classroom atmosphere, encourage peer or group work, let the students experience the learning process. Focus on communication, not only accuracy. Provide meaningful speaking tasks. And the activities can be done by having the role play, dialogue practice, storytelling, discussion or debate, the presentation, interview activities. For the next skill, reading skill, it is ability to understand written text. It involves decoding, yeah, comprehension, and interpretation. So you get the text, yeah, you see there are several letters there. You decode the letter, you decode the code there, and you comprehend, yeah, you see the data, and you interpret, yeah, you give the meaning to the letters, to the word there in the text. It expands vocabulary, improves grammar knowledge, yeah, build critical thinking, and support academic learning. And the challenge? Difficult vocabulary. Sometimes you face unfamiliar word there. Long text. Several students say they don't like to read long text. Low motivation. I don't like reading this. Like that one. Limited background knowledge. If you don't have what is it, the prior knowledge on that topic, yeah, it also affect the comprehensions of you in understanding the text. For example, if text talk about MotoGP or about football players, football match, self terms are used there, and those terms are not familiar for the girls, for example. Yeah, this is example. Or what is it? For example, there are texts about the procedure text, how to use cosmetics, yeah, or the storyline about several manhwa or drama, drakor. Yeah, maybe the boy is not really familiar with. Maybe, it's just example. And strategy for teaching reading comprehension question. We provide more discussion here. Yeah, to dig more. What do you understand? What do you comprehend with the text? Jigsaw reading. And this is challenging activity. Story mapping. Yeah, if you understand the story, you can map. Yeah, the sequence of the story and vocabulary hunt. I love this activity. Hunting game. The last skill is writing skills, ability to communicate idea in written form. It requires grammar, organization, vocabulary, and also the mechanism how to write. Because writing can be stated as the art here. It enhances critical thinking, support academic achievement, develop creativity, yeah, help learners express ideas clearly. And the challenge here, grammar difficulties like a vocabulary, organizing idea, yeah, and spelling and punctuation errors. And the strategy, we can use writing approach here, the process, planning, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. Planning, you plan what you are going to write. You make a draft. Yeah, you can do revise later on. Okay, if you are the one who check, or maybe you can ask your peer, your friends to check it. You edit, yeah, and publishing. Publishing doesn't mean only in the big publisher, no. But again, you can publish, you can upload in your social media or blog or other media. Give models, examples, yeah, provide constructive feedback. Feedback is very important in writing activity. The activities can be in the form of journal writing, yeah, paragraph writing, story completion. Yeah, so there is a missing in the story, and you are asked to finish. You have to provide the ending of the story. Okay, email writing, yeah, respond the email, picture-based writing. Okay, that's all about the four skills that what is it? We learn. Next, integrating for skill, because like what I've said before, even we learn for each skill, but it will be better for you if later on you design the activity, not only focus on one skill, but have integration. Yeah, integrating the four skills. Okay. And we'll talk about role of English teacher and effective teaching tips there. And I ask you next meeting, you already know about several strategies for teaching speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Please find more idea to teach those skills. Yeah, prepare at least one for each. Later on, you will do your teaching simulation. Not next meeting, yeah, you do the teaching simulation, yeah, but please prepare. Uh, Later on, if you are asked to do teaching simulation, and you have to teach reading, what kind of activity will you do? If you are asked to teach speaking, what activity will you choose? If you are asked to teach writing or listening, what activity should you or will you design? Yeah, to your students. Please prepare. I don't need you to submit in our e-learning, yeah, for what is it, the list of the activities, but please prepare at least one for each skill. So next meeting, we will discuss about your idea first, and we move to this topic. Yeah, integrating for skill, role of English teacher, and effective teaching tips. I hope it is clear for you. Okay, do your best. Thank you so much for today. Thank you, everyone.